Hi, Pastor Robert Cook from the Greencastle Presbyterian Church. This is your daily Advent meditation for Saturday, December 16th, 2023. Yesterday, I took the day off. It was my birthday, and so I just enjoyed the day, but I did think about you. Make it up for you today. I'd like to talk to you about Herod. Why do we keep Herod in Christmas? That's kind of odd. Well, he is one of the early people introduced into the Christmas story, certainly in Matthew's gospel and in Luke's gospel. He was a descendant from the tribes of Esau, Jacob, Esau, that family. He was a master politician. His father had secured an appointment from Rome to be the king of Judea and of Edom, which is today a part of Jordan. The Romans gave them the title of the king of Judea. Herod, who was also known as Herod the Great, held that position from approximately 37 BCE, whatever you want to use, to about 4 BC, which is around the time that scholars believe Jesus was born. Now, it's uncertain where Herod himself was born. It's known that his father came from Idumea, which is a part of now Jordan, and his mother was from around the city of Petra. They converted to Judaism. Later on, around 43 BC, Herod's father was assassinated. There was a revolt. Herod left, went to Rome, established a relationship with Octavian, who was going to become Caesar Augustus, also had a relationship with Mark Antony, had a run-in with Cleopatra. So it's kind of an interesting guy. And he was a survivor. He survived by being smart, but also by being very cruel. He was distrusting. He was temperamental, deeply suspicious, and as I said, really cruel. He had his wife killed because he believed she was unfaithful. He had 10 wives, but that one, Marianne, was considered unfaithful. 2 of his sons were killed. He thought they were trying to assassinate him, possibly after the time of Jesus was born. He killed the 3rd one, and he believed that they're all trying to assassinate him. He would confiscate property belonging to anyone whom he believed did not support his rule, and that made him very wealthy. It also made him hated by most of the people because he was deeply mistrustful, and he just didn't take to any kind of threat and didn't do that easily. Now, he did build numerous public works and monuments, and the greatest of them was he took the Second Temple, which had been built after the Babylonian captivity, somewhere in the 5th century, like I think it was dedicated around 450 BC, and then he turned this sort of shabby building into one of the grandest buildings of the old world. And this is the building, the temple that Jesus knew and would teach at. So when Herod hears that there's these magi from the east come to worship a newborn king, boy, all the alarm bells are set off. And so he calls the magi in. He gets his scholars to talk about where this would happen. They decided it would be Bethlehem. Very cleverly, he says, well, please tell me about it when you learn so that I can worship him too. He had no interest in worshiping. When the Magi were warned to return home by another way, and Joseph also was warned in a dream to go to Egypt, and Herod was sort of getting impatient and found that he was fooled. In retaliation, he slaughtered all the male children in Bethlehem under 2 years old, and that may have been when he slaughtered his own eldest son as well. So later on, at the end of his life, which happened shortly after all these events, he said, I know that the people will hear the announcement of my death, and they will be all happy. So we don't want that. I want them to mourn. And so this is what I want you to do. And he told his sister, Salome, arrest these men of the city, leading men, people from the Jewish Sanhedrin, people who were bankers, people who were the leading citizens of Jerusalem, and then put them under guard. And when I die, kill them all. That way everybody will be mourning. And when Herod died, his sister disobeyed and released them. So what's Herod's role in the gospel story? Well, he represents the depths that evil can go in a fearful, rebellious, angry heart. We know of people whose hearts become jealous and angry and they hate. I think of the young man who went into the Emmanuel AME church some years ago in Charleston and was welcomed to a Bible study by the church people. And then at the end of it, took out a pistol and shot 11 people, killing 9. I think he might have shot 15, and including the pastor who died. This world rejects the grace and the authority of God. That makes us inherently self-centered, out of control. Now, when that gets out of control, people suffer and die. We see that now. Some of these shootings that goes on, mass shootings, that someone gets hate in their heart, and then they feel that this is the way to respond to all of that, and it's not. Jesus came into this world to change that. He came bringing the kingdom of God, the rule of God. The hearts converted to God's rule are changed and redeemed and transformed. And these kind of people live for God, to work through them, to make the world a better place, to bring the grace and the love and the mercy and the kindness, the healing and compassion of Christ that he came to bring, that he now works through us to bring. And I am one of these people. How are you? Have a wonderful Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday morning at the Greencastle Presbyterian Church. We are in person at 10 a.m. and we are live online a little before 10. You go to YouTube and type in Greencastle Presbyterian Church, PA, and you'll find us. The church's website has a link that'll take you right to it. So we hope to see you either live or online. Have a wonderful Saturday. God bless and take care.